साल 2015 की सुपरहिट फिल्म बाहुबली के सीक्वल बाहुबली 2 का सभी को बेसब्री से इंतजार था। जी हां, अब वो इंतजार खत्म हुआ। जल्द ही बाहुबली 2 आपको पर्दे पर देखने मिलेगी। हाल ही में इसका टीजर रिलीज किया गया, जिसमें बाहुबली को खून से रंगा हुआ दिखाया गया। इस फिल्म में कलाकार है प्रभास, राणा डग्गुबाती, तमन्ना भाटिया, अनुष्का शेट्टी, सत्यराज और रामा कृष्णन। इस फिल्म के डायरेक्टर है एस राजमौली और प्रोड्यूसर है शोभा लागड़ा प्रसाद देवनेनी और म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर है एम किरवानी। यह फिल्म धर्मा प्रोडक्शन और ए फिल्म के बैनर तले बनी हुई है। यह फिल्म 28 अप्रैल को रिलीज होगी। अब देखना यह है कि बाहुबली 2 को दर्शक कितना पसंद करते हैं और आखिर कटप्पा ने बाहुबली को क्यों मारा, ये तो फिल्म रिलीज के बाद ही आपको पता चलेगा।
The resemblance between that and this, Prabhas, Shivudu carrying the shivling and using Prabhas on the elephant, is that both of them are the introduction scenes of the hero. So I'm expecting that the kind of goosebumps that Shivling scene has given to the audience in the first part, I'm expecting the same should be happening with the second part as well.
Well, they pretty much had the same thing to say, like what you all have to say. It's obviously overwhelming, and we're very, very blessed to be part of this film.
Prabhas, if you want to say something.
Yeah, my friends and family were like very, very happy. Like some people almost like got tears, and we almost saw it like now this 20th time, and me and Rana still feel getting the goosebumps, and I feel like we should thank Raj again.
देखी है आपको लगता है कि कोई इनपुट मैंने दिया होगा इस फिल्म में? मेरी कोई जगह नहीं ना औकात है इस फिल्म में इनपुट देने लायक, बस नाम दे दिया, बहुत बड़ी बात है। मैंने कहा पहले ही जब मैंने इंट्रोड्यूस की फिल्म को, मुझे लगा है कि हम बहुत प्राउडली कह सकते हैं कि द मोस्ट एंटिसिपेटेड फिल्म इन इंडिया टुडे इज अ फिल्म नॉट मेड इनहेरेंटली इन द हिंदी लैंग्वेज। बहुत गर्व की बात है कि देयर इज अ पीस ऑफ सिनेमा मेड इन आवर कंट्री व्हिच वी आर आल्सो प्राउड ऑफ, दैट इज रेजोनेटिंग अक्रॉस द कंट्री। सारे देश में जैसे धमाका समझ चुका है हमारी इस फिल्म की वजह से। तो मुझे लगता है कि चाहे वो सिंगल स्क्रीन्स हो या मल्टीप्लेक्सेस हो, इट्स अ पैन इंडिया फिल्म। और आई थिंक फुल क्रेडिट टू राजामौली सर कि उन्होंने एक पूरे हिंदुस्तान के लिए नहीं, विश्व के लिए ये फिल्म बनाई है। और जिस तरह की पेशकश है, जिस तरह की प्रेजेंटेशन है, और जिस तरह की इमोशनल नैरेटिव और कहानी है, आई थिंक ये हर जगह हो, चाहे वो सिंगल स्क्रीन्स हो या मल्टीप्लेक्सेस हो, हर ऑडियंस के लिए बनी है फिल्म। तो रिवाइव तो हम नहीं जानते, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी काफी रिवाइव हो चुके हैं बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल द वेरियस movies that have been made in the last couple of years. लेकिन इतना जरूर कह पाऊंगे that this is heading towards a historic run at the box office. That I can assure you.
Many things play a role in achieving that one. One, I would, as you said, is the massive success of the first part, which people wanted to see, owned the film, and they wanted to see the film. So automatically there is so much of interest around the film. So we are getting a solo release, and also it is the planning of Anilji and Karanji that we are getting that.
We had to do nothing, sir. Release. The first film did everything. Nobody is arriving with a किया नहीं है, हुआ नहीं है। आई थिंक डेफिनेटली बाहुबली ने बहुत सारे ऐसे आई वुड से आई थिंक अपॉर्चुनिटीज हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को दिए हैं और दिखाया है कि हम ये कर सकते हैं और बड़े पर्दे पे ये कमाल दिखा सकते हैं। एंड आई होप कि इस सीरीज के बाद लोग और भी ज्यादा इंस्पायर हो जाए। मैं कह सकता हूँ अपने प्रोडक्शन के बारे में मैं बात कर सकता हूँ, बहुत ही ऐसे जवान निर्देशक हैं मेरी कंपनी में जो एक्चुअली बहुत इंस्पायर हुए हैं बाहुबली से। एक्चुअली हर कोई जो नया है और नौजवान है और जिसकी नई आइडियाज और एनर्जीज हैं, वो सब बहुत इंस्पायर हुए हैं। एंड आई होप दैट दिस ट्रांसलेट्स इनटू मच मोर सिनेमा ऑन दिस मैग्निफिसेंट स्केल। इसके बाद
अगला रीजंस।
How many theories do I have, or how many theories people proposed? I have only one theory, but the number of theories that were proposed by the people are I can't count them. There are so many. For why Kattappa killed Bahubali, there is only one theory that you are going to watch in the film.
Raja.
I don't know. You should be answering that.
We are currently in the multiplex that doesn't have that rule, so I think that was pretty much applicable to the rest. नहीं, मुझे नहीं लगता ऐसा कोई रूल यहाँ होने वाला है। ज़रूर होना चाहिए। ऐसे बहुत चीज़ें हैं लाइफ में जो होनी चाहिए, जो नहीं होती on a daily basis। वो तो बहुत कुछ होना चाहिए।
But we are going to get both of them, and when we come here for the promotions to have one-on-one interviews, they are definitely going to come. they were busy with other schedules. And the most difficult thing for me on the entire film is keeping is the interest of the cast and crew, and obviously the interest of the producers also intact, to have the same level of exuberance, same level of energy through a 5-year period. That was the most difficult thing. But because I had a fantastic cast and crew, they helped me get through it. This one was the Vaikatapakil Bahubali. The main thing was we thought of as a theme to the part 2. We thought we'll use that throughout in our promotions, because that was the most asked question. And we also had that scene in the film where we were shooting some stills, and our designer, Mr. Jagan, he suddenly, I didn't even tell him anything, he suddenly sent me this image one day, and it was not scheduled. We are not supposed to release anything on that day, but I just couldn't help but just release it, and I came up with the line of having the boy he raised in the man he killed. Thank you. Actually, the Bahubali part 1 and part 2 are not two separate parts. It's one single story from the beginning till end. Because it was such a big story, we couldn't put the entire thing in one film. We had to split into 2 parts. So it's one story. So just because the first film has done well, there was not something I can change the story and do anything. The story is there. The characterizations are everything is written. But after the success of the first part, regarding the action sequences, where I had a little bit leeway of tightening them up on upping the ante on that part, we did something regarding the action sequences where we elaborated them a little bit. But as far as the story is concerned, nothing has changed. Everything is the same, and definitely we put additional effort on the visual effects. The producers put additional money on the studios and gave them additional time to come up with that. Actually, ma'am, see, what I really believe is that we should have a very good story at the base. That story should drive us to do anything, whether it's a film, whether it's a virtual reality film, whether it's a comic, whether it's this thing, whether second part, third part, 10th part, or whatever, or ending the film there itself. It is the story that should drive everything, not the market. We should first find the story, then create a market for it, see what's the market, try to enhance it. But just because the market is there, we try to push something which doesn't have soul. I don't think it will last long.
Where are you, my dear?
Yeah.
Where? Yeah. Hi. Yes, of course, star power matters, and I think that the coming together of 2 humongous stars from 2 different parts of the country coming together in a huge film will definitely make the satellite money exciting, and also it seems to be a humongous mainstream film. So of course stars matter. I mean, we should all know that by now, living in the country we do.
This is for the producers.
Care of me, I feel like he planned very well, and even the action scenes, we had a lot of action scenes, but still he edited the action scenes before and everything, most of the film, and I think second part was much more comfortable, and Rajamouli especially took a lot of care.
The amount of trolls that you get on your film is directly proportional to the craze that you have on the film. That is what I believe. So that whether it's good or bad, however people discuss, if the people are discussing a lot about your film, that means that it's made a lot of impact on them. So that is how I view it. No, it doesn't create pressure. It gives me a lot of confidence that so many people are going to watch my second film on the first day of the release. It guarantees openings. Leakage on one is piracy, but both are completely different. Piracy happens when someone, after the release of the film, someone captures it in one mode or other and puts it online and make money out of it, or they don't, whatever. That is piracy. Leakage is something when during the film someone inside the crew, someone inside the studios, or someone captures and puts it on the social media or whatever platform just to the fun of it. Both are completely different. And this particular thing is neither. It is some technical glitch in the Facebook. The video, which is supposed to be in the private mode, went into public mode. We still exactly don't know what is the reason, but it changed the plans. But anyway, we are happy with it because the kind of response that we got we are very happy with it, and fans are really happy because I always tend to postpone the date. I always tend to come later, and that I came much earlier than what I said. They are quite happy about it. So all is well that went well.
Record and spoken about what happened with Sanjay, and it's deeply saddening to me as a filmmaker, as a human being, as a citizen of our prestigious and wonderful country, that we have to kind of endure something like this. And my thoughts, my support, and all my ideologies are with Sanjay. It's deeply saddening. What do I say? Every time I read something like this, it really saddens me. And I feel like we on our level, between the Producers Guild, we've sat down. We're all in support with Sanjay and his entire cast and crew. And I hope that adequate measures can be taken, that something like this would never happen to another filmmaker again in our land.
I completely agree with Karan on that one. Any artist, filmmaker or not, a musician or a writer or anyone, he should whether that's good or bad, we don't know yet. First thing is, we don't yet know what Mr. Bansal is going to present, and even whatever his presence is not in tune with the people's thoughts. He's an artist. He should be able to express his views. Freedom of speech is one of the fundamental rights of the people of this country. He should be able to express, any filmmaker, any artist for that matter, should be able to express his views.
I have a question here. Karan, towards your left.
Ladies, thank you. Thank you, I'm very well, thank you. I'm doing very well, and the babies are doing very well. Thank you so much for asking.